Hello, other family members. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Dessy, a peer educator trainer. On this channel, I film about how to live a healthy lifestyle physically, mentally, and emotionally. In today's video, we'll be looking at emotional aspects of our healthy lifestyles. This will take us to the topic of our discussion for today, which is domestic violence and abusive relationship. Domestic violence. What is domestic violence? Domestic violence occurs when someone uses force or violence to impose power over someone close to them. This can be between partners, ex-partners, guardians, or carer. Also, remember, an abuser can be a man or a woman, and anybody can be victim of abuse. Now, let's see types of abuse. Okay, we have physical abuse. This requires the use of force to inflict pain on someone, like slapping, pushing, punching, kicking, and this can lead to what? Physical injury, thereby causing damages to some parts of the body. I want us to look at another form of abuse, which is verbal abuse. Verbal abuse is when you intimidate someone by the word of your mouth, when you yell at somebody, when you threaten somebody, when you insult somebody, when you give someone verbal attack. It is not good. It has made a lot of people to lose their self-confidence. Let us desist from this evil heart of using the word of our mouth to downgrade somebody. Now, let's move to another form of abuse, which is psychological and emotional abuse. Emotional abuse is when you ignore your partner or someone that looks up to you. Emotional abuse is when you threaten someone, when you make someone feel intimidated, when you blame someone for everything. There are some kind of people today in nowadays relationship and marriages, anything that is wrong, there is usually their partner's fault. They don't see fault in whatever they are doing. This is very, very wrong. Why will you blame your partner for everything? Even when they are doing what is wrong, they will still go ahead to blame their partner. This is very, very bad. It's an attitude that we need to desist from. It's a very, very bad habit. Please, psychological and emotional abuse is worse than physical abuse. Majority of people are dying in silence in that so-called relationship and marriage due to the kind of psychological and emotional abuse. Imagine husband and wife living together in the same house. They don't talk for a week. They stay in the same house, but they pass beside each other every day without uttering a word to themselves. What kind of thing is that? Let's stop this kind of psychological and emotional abuse. It is very, very okay. Let us also look at social isolation. Social isolation is very, very worse, and it is common among modern days couple. Once they get married to each other, you hear one partner telling one partner, I don't want to see you with so, I don't want to see you with that, forgetting that these people are part of people that built their partner to the stage where he or she met them. So it's very, very wrong. How can you just tell your partner not to go to their parents? How can you tell your partner to stop talking to their siblings? How can you tell your partner not to mingle with their friends? It is good to correct somebody if you see they are moving with bad people, but not the good people in their life, not the people that brought them up. It's very, very bad. Let's stop this kind of abuse, please. It's very, very bad. How can you just tell someone, stop going to your parents' house, stop going to your friend's house? That is why these days, majority of friendship ends at that wedding reception. Once your female friend gets married, at the reception, that is the last time you have access to them due to the kind of partner they are married to. Please, let's stop this kind of thing. It's very, very. Also, we want to look at child abuse. Child abuse is very, very rampant in nowadays Africa, because most of the parents cannot take good care of their child. They do not keep their child in the custody of another people. These people, the so-called guidance and carer, thereby turn all these kids to I don't even know what to call it. You see them on the street hawking what is not even up to 500 naira in the tray. What kind of life is that? You will see a small child and labor with big labor. What is that? It is not fair. If you cannot take care of your child, stop giving birth to them, please. Child abuse is very, very wrong, and it is punishable under the law. If you know anyone around you that is abusing any child, you can call the authority, appropriate authority, to take charge of that child. What is that? Let's stop child abuse. Also, I want us to mention it is not only child that is being abused in nowadays society. Elders too are being abused. What do you mean by elderly abuse? You see an elderly woman up to 75, 80 in the market sitting with one small tray that the content is not even up to 1,000 naira, selling vegetable or what, and you ask, where are the children? This is elderly abuse. And think of it, majority of their kids are not that poor. Honestly, believe me, majority of their kids are not poor. It is just that they are married to some unfortunate partners that has turned them against their parents. Why you be living a large life in the city and your parents are wallowing in abject poverty in the village? This is not good. We need to stop it. We need to stop it. This is not good. These people trained you with the little they are. Now that you have grown, it is expected of you to return the favor. No, you are glued in the city, enjoy life with your so-called wife and husband and kids. This is very, very bad. Remember, you too will grow old one day. What if your kids treat you the way you've treated your parent? It is very, very The worst part of abuse that irritates me most is what I call monitoring abuse. What is monitoring abuse? This is when your partner begins to monitor your mails, your SMS, your texts, your phone call. What is that? Anything that is not based on trust is not worth it. If you don't trust somebody, why are you even staying with them? Some will even go to the essence of putting tracker in the car of their spouses. Some will even go to the essence of trailing. What is that? You don't need that. If you don't trust somebody, why are you with them in the first place? Let's stop this habit. It is very, very bad, please. It is very, very bad. What are you doing monitoring them? Are you a monitoring spirit? The root cause of domestic violence and abusive relationship today can be traced to this major factor. Number one, unplanned pregnancy. Getting pregnant for someone doesn't make them automatically your spouse. Birth your child in peace and live in peace. Is it compulsory to live with someone that impregnated you just because you are pregnant for the person? At the end of the day, the person turned you to punching you here and there because the love is not there, because you were imposed by your parents upon the person. Let's stop this attitude, please. Bet your child and live in peace. If you are destined to get married, definitely in the nearest future, you see someone that will marry you for who you are, please. Also, we have relationship breakdown. Relationship breakdown is part of the factor that leads to domestic violence today and abusive relationship, because once the love is no longer there, attitude begins to press up, and if people cannot condone each other, before you know, from one argument it will lead to eating each other, and before you know it, it will turns to domestic. Once you sense that the love is no longer there, if you think you can amend it, try. If it's not amendable, why can't you go your separate way and let sleeping dog lie? Now, most importantly, now let's look at how to break the cycle of abuse in our society, in our relationship. First of all, you have to realize there is an abuse. Yes, you have to know that this thing is no longer relationship. This thing is no longer friendship. This thing is no longer marriage. It has turned to abuse. The first step is you realizing that someone is abusing you. Immediately you realize it's an abuse, that is when you begin to orchestrate ways of getting out of this abuse. After realizing it, you need to talk to somebody. You need to report to higher authority, maybe the police. You need to talk to your doctor or a counselor. Make sure you confide in someone you can trust. And after that, make sure you draw out a map plan of escape in case you are in danger. I mean, where you can run to if things get out of hand. You already have that plan in place, and make sure you document this abuse. Put it in a journal. If possible, record it. Report to higher authority. That is it. And most importantly, most people don't speak up because of stigmatization. Stigmatization is when people begin to look at you for what you are going through. No, please. There are ways you can avoid stigmatization. Make sure you only discuss your issue with professionals. Number two, make sure you trust who you tell and what you tell. Is that okay? And remember, if it happened once, it can happen again. Say no to abuse. So guys, I believe I've been able to sensitize you on what an abuse is, and I know going forward, if you see one, you'll be able to realize it. Please, if you are blessed by this video, Do well to turn on your notification bell, subscribe, likes and comments. See you soon in my next video, guys. Bye.